Good morning, everybody. In previous class, we shall discuss about the colloidal solution and properties of colloidal solution, suspension, properties of suspension, and then Tyndall effect. So once again, it's recall about it. So here, colloidal solutions means a solution which is heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances. So it is called it as an colloidal solution. Or simply to say the solution in which solute particles are bigger than the true solution. So for example, ink, blood, milk are the examples of the colloidal solution. And then suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances, so that's why it is called it as an suspension. So for example, solution of sand in water, chalk powder, paint, dosa, butter are the examples of the suspension because it is an heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances. So that's why it is called it as an suspension. And then Tyndall effect. So here Tyndall effects means when a beam of light is passed through a colloidal solution. So these collide scatter the beam of light and the path of light becomes visible in the solution. This effect is called Tyndall effects. Or simply to say the scattering of beam of light is called Tyndall effect. The scattering of beam of light is called Tyndall effect. Okay, dear students, today we shall discuss today about the separating the components of a mixture. Separating the components of a mixture. So we have learned that most of the substances in your surroundings, here some one are natural and some one are artificial. So here natural substances are not chemically pure. Natural substances are not chemically pure. You have already learned about that. Here different methods are used to separate the mixtures. When we separate the any mixtures, we use the different methods and separated the components from a mixture. Separation makes it possible to study and use the individual components of a mixtures. So you know that heterogeneous mixture. So here non-uniform composition is called heterogeneous mixture. So how the heterogeneous mixtures can be separated? So, heterogeneous mixtures can be separated to their respected constituents by simple physical methods. So, heterogeneous mixtures can be separated by simple physical methods. So, like hand picking, sieving, filtration, etc. So, we easily to separate it by physical method. So, and then you have to that we use in your day-to-day life also. Sometimes we use the special techniques to separate the components of mixtures. So, sometimes we use the special techniques to separate the components of mixtures. So, like evaporation, centrifugation, decantation are using the separating funnel. Sublimation, you know that in your previous class how the sublimation will be and takes place. Here are sublimation, centrifugation, chromatography, distillation and fractional distillation. So these are all the methods are used to separate the components of a mixture. So let us see one by one. So how the separations will be and takes place through the evaporation. So the method is used for separating a volatile component from a non-volatile component by heating the mixture. So how can we obtain colored component from blue or black ink? So the method is used for separating a volatile component from a non-volatile component by heating the mixtures. For example, so ink is a mixture of a dye. ink is a mixture of a dye and water. Here, dye means a natural or synthetic substance used to add a color or change the color of something. Here, dye means what? Natural or synthetic substance used to add a color or change the color of something. So it is a mixture of ink. You know that the ink or pen ink or any kind of the different types of ink, you have to see about that. So here ink. So ink is a mixture of a dye and water. If some ink is heated in a dish, the water evaporates and the dye is left in the dish. When you heat the ink, so this ink it can be evaporated, and then the dye is left in the dish. Similarly, we can separate a mixture of salt, water or sugar and water by evaporation. So let us now through the activity. So for example, you have to take the fill a half beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker. So observe this figure. So observe the figure carefully. So how the evaporations will be and takes place. So fill half a beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker and put few drops of ink on the watch glass. Now start heating the beaker. We do not want to heat the ink directly. You will see that evaporation takes place from the watch glass. So continue heating the evaporation. Goes on and stop heating when you do not see any further change on the watch glass. And observe carefully. What you have to observe? So you have to observe the ink is a mixture of a dye in water. Thus, we can separate the volatile component from its non-volatile solute by the method of evaporation. Or some ink is heated in a dish, the water evaporates and the dye is left in the dish. Similarly, we have to separate a mixture of salt, water or sugar and water by evaporation. And then centrifugation. So when centrifugation methods are used, so let us see about that. So how can we separate cream from milk? So you know that in your home, in your day-to-day life. So nowadays we get full cream, toned and double toned varieties of milk packed in the polypacks or tetra packs in the market. So you have to see nowadays the full cream or toned and double toned varieties of milk packets in poly packets or tetra packets in the market. So these varieties of milks contain different amounts of fat. So milk packets you have to see in your day-to-day life. There are different kinds of milk packets are there. So these milk packets contain the different amounts of fat. So how the separations will be and takes place. So how the cream are separated from the milk. So let us now through the activity. So here take some full cream milk in a test tube. Take some full cream milk in a test tube. Centrifuge it by using a centrifuging machine for 2 minutes. So observe this figure. Here this one is the centrifugation machine. When the mixtures are not separated through the filtration, so we use the centrifugation machine. So this is an centrifugation machine figure. So here when the milk cream is separated from the milk, so we use the centrifugation machine. So centrifuge it by using a centrifuging machine for 2 minutes. If a centrifugation machine is not available in the school or your any home, so you have to use a milk churner used in the kitchen. So milk churner, you know that the milk churner are used to separate the cream from the milk. So when centrifugation is not available in our school or in our home, so use the milk churner in the kitchen. If you have a milk dairy nearby, visit and how this can be and separation will be and takes place. So sometimes, so the method separating the denser particles and lighter particles from a mixture by using a centrifugation machine, so it is called it as centrifugation. The method of separating denser particles and lighter particles from a mixture by using a centrifuging machine is called centrifugation. For example, if we take some milk in a centrifugation machine, so observe here, there are 4 test tubes in the centrifugation machine. So take the milk in a test tube. So if we take some milk in a centrifugation machine or test tube and spin it rapidly or rotate it rapidly. When you rotate it rapidly, the cream separates from the milk because cream is less dense than the milk. Because cream is less dense than the milk. Sometimes the solid particles in a liquid are very small and pass through a filter paper. You know that the filter paper. So when we use the filter paper, so when we filter the any substances, we use the filter paper. But sometimes the solid particles in a liquid are very small and passed through the filter paper. So for such particles, the filtration techniques cannot be used for separation. So filtration technique cannot used for separation because the very small particles are passed through the filter paper. So that's why such mixtures are separated by centrifugation. When filter paper is not available, is not work, so when the tiny particles or minute particles are passed through the filter paper, so we have to use the centrifugation. So the mixtures are separated by centrifugation. So because the denser particles are forced to the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top when we spun the rapidly. So here, so centrifugation machine, it is also used in the diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test. So centrifugation machine are used in the diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test. And centrifugation is used in dairies and home to separate butter from the milk. It is used in the dairies and home to separate butter from milk. And centrifugation is used in the washing machines to squeeze out water from wet cloths. Centrifugation machine is also used in the washing machines to squeeze out water from the wet cloths. And then, so how can we separate mixture of two immiscible liquids? How can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids? So here, so use the method for separating a mixture of immiscible liquids. Liquids separate into different layers depending on their density. Liquids separate into different layers depending on their densities. So observe this figure. How the separation will be and takes place when the two immiscible liquids are there. So let us now through the activity how the separation of immiscible liquids. So let us try to separate kerosene oil from water using a separating funnel. Let us try to separate kerosene oil from water using a separating funnel. So this figure is an separating funnel. So through the separating funnel, we easily separate the two immiscible liquids. If we take a mixture of kerosene oil and water in a separating funnel, so it forms a separate layers of oil and water. It forms a separate layers of oil and water. So you have to put into the undisturbed for some time. The separate layers of oil and waters are formed. So open the stop clock. Open the stop clock. After the water flows out, the stop clock can be closed. When you open the stop clock, the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer of the water carefully. So when you open the stop clock, the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer of the water carefully. And then close the stop clock of the separating funnel as the oil reaches the stop clock. So note down the point, students. So when you close the stop clock of the separating funnel as the oil reaches the stop clock. So that's why to easily it can be separated the two immiscible liquids. Here water and kerosene oil. So both are the liquids. When both liquids are there, it can be used the separation of immiscible liquids. So when we use these funnel, and it can be easily to separate the water and kerosene oil. So here it is also used to separate mixtures of oil and water in the extraction of iron from its ore. It is also used to separate the mixtures of oil and water in the extraction of iron from its ore. The lighter slag is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron at the bottom in the furnace. So this principle is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. So depending on their density, here two immiscible liquids are separated out. And then sublimation. You know that in your previous class how sublimations will be and takes place. So once again I repeat it. So sublimations means the method is used to separate a mixture of sublimable component from a non-sublimable component by heating the mixture. Here sublimations means the method is used to separate the mixture of sublimable component from a non-sublimable component by heating the mixture. So you have to know that how the sublimations will be and takes place. Let us see through the activity. You know that in your previous class, when we take the camphor or ammonium chloride and crush it and put into a china dish. Put an inverted funnel over the china dish. Put the inverted funnel over the china dish. And put a cotton plug on the stem of the funnel as shown in the figure. So observe this figure. Cotton plug on the stem of the funnel. So now heat slowly. So what you have to observe? So you have to observe that a change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state. So that is called it as an sublimation. You know that in your previous classes. So a change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state is called sublimation. So here if I give an example, if a mixture of ammonium chloride and common salt is heated and same as the ammonium chloride sublimates and can be cooled and solidified and collected and salt is left behind. So the mixture of ammonium chloride and common salt is heated, the ammonium chloride sublimates and can be cooled and salified and collected and salt is left behind. Okay dear students, today we shall discuss about the separating the components of a mixture. How can we obtain colored component or dye from blue-black ink? How can we separate cream from milk? And then how can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids? Okay, thank you.